Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world of darkness, and welcome to the Ecstatic Gentry where plot happen without any involvement of STs. Because that's what we do. We're the shenanigans of the mage venue. So, on tonight's scene, Violet has been mostly isolated as she's been trying to basically put her philosophy into use. Because if the world isn't real, and that's it the other side who is the real one, and that pretty much everything around here is a prison, then I need to free something to make it more real. And she's been very, very focused on a guitar lately, concentrating, trying to tune it out, and well, she thinks she's actually starting to get the hang of it, and it also helps her to not focus on her problems. And I guess this is where we will start the scene as she's tuning out the instrument.
Is Violet sitting down, standing up? How is she postured?
Uh, Pretty much she's sitting on the floor. She's sitting on the floor with in a position of lotus, I believe, with the instrument between her leg, and she's basically she has it basically in her arms, trying to hear more accurately the sound of the instrument. She has her back facing the door.
Okay. Violet will hear the door, well, at least the door handle being turned, the latch being thrown, the door opening a bit of ajar. And then she'll hear probably on the tiles soft pitter patter of feet as a figure approaches her from behind.
Do 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 do. Actually, it makes me think I need to make a check first. I need to make a check on that. Yeah, no, she's clean. She's clean of nightmare stuff.
Cute.
Uh, I'm going to say that she probably hear the noise, but she's not paying much attention. She's way too focused on her instrument, trying to get the good pitch, the right tone, that not below average and not above obnoxious, but actually the good sound, the real sound, the sound that emits from the other side.
Fair enough, fair enough. And while you're certainly absorbed in your own machinations, the fine tuning of this instrument, the presence and the figure behind you will go ahead and come about a meteor or so behind. It'll go ahead and, well, get low, plant itself on the ground, sort of nudge its way towards you until from behind you, you get a very, very loving, warming hug and embrace. And a whisper in your ear, hello.
And she just gets out of her dream state as she look at Dakota, who has uh who has her face pretty close. I'm going to I'm going to make uh a manipulation subterfuge check
Mm-hmm.
to have the perfect poker face. Meh. She's totally going. You can make a perception empathy if you want.
I don't have to, but I will.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean,
I don't have to, but I did.
But I did. She's so you're pretty sure that the red on her cheek is actually not the presence of Dakota, but probably the fact that she remembers that the last time they were this close, uh, Dakota kissed her to heal her, and she's totally not thinking about this just right now.
Hmm. The you notice that a thought goes ahead and flies across Dakota's head as she goes ahead and traces it with her eyeballs, with her pupils, and then she just goes ahead and calms you down with a tighter hug, and you feel from her body a calming aura. Very, very calming. Very much a aura that's willing to just let your fears and all your anxieties go. It's a mind effect. Just roll with it.
uh, then I'm going to ask a question that you are probably going to answer yes
Mhm,
for sake of fluff
mhm.
and things like that. I guess she has uh, either mind or prime side activated.
She's definitely looking at your aura, yes.
Hmm. Then yeah, probably Viora right now is trapped in very vivid and dark colors, trapped between the red vines of anger, resentment, feeling hot to the touch, while deeper and deeper under the red vines, there's this blue core, this very watercolor blue that feels cold to the touch, feels pretty much like a sense of drowning and loneliness, and pretty much as all those starts to make place, there's a small warmer aura under all this, who is starting to make its place as the other vines are leaving it to bloom a little bit more. And Violet starts to relax a little bit.
How have you been?
I'm I'm not really sure. It's just it's confusing. I'm not really sure how I feel.
You feel a great many things inside you. I can see that all that bit of harmony that I saw in you before started to twaned, strained. I want to see that harmony again, that chaotic harmony, that harmony that fulfills you, not this chaotic mess that just drains you. What what is your fear? What is your concern?
She makes she makes a pause when she asks, uh, "What is your fear?" And her look actually she stops looking at Dakota as her eyes are wandering elsewhere, as if the answer is somewhere else, or perhaps the lack of answer is somewhere on this wall. There's where do I even start? Yes, I mean, I've been I've been living a normal life, I guess, or as much normal as one can be in my condition. And just just like that, I'm thrown down into the rabbit hole, and I start to get up, and I think that it's good, and then I get shot once, I get shot twice. I almost I I went to that church, and I I got I got stabbed much time that I can count. I'm sure that I still have the marks on my back to count, and and then there's and then there's uh,
As you're going through this, as you're describing the physical marks towards your body, you can feel each one of those places on your body go ahead and get a little bit heated, and you feel Dakota's hands go ahead and trace across those marks. And when she does, that heat, that painful heat, just gets a little bit more soothing, a soothing coolness.
uh, and then I and when I look at everything, I'm just thinking, wow, I got I got something bad that's happening to me. But then I look, and I see I see Ginger. I see Ginger, and she have she hadn't had any life. She's been taken away, and they've tortured her. They've broken her. They've made her into tiny little pieces of her mind, and it's a wreck. It's a fucking wreck, and she's been taken once again. I mean, who does that to people?
She coos you and she starts to rock you. Go on.
I mean, I know, I know that sometimes I joke, I say like everyone, like some some people are not human, but you always think that there are some good, but when you look at that, it's just like the other girl, they come to you, and they say, we're going to make you better, or we're going to take your life because we can, and we're going to break you down, make you something else. And then you have one of them just in front of you, and you want to tear it apart, down to pieces, and to kill, just to fucking kill him and murder him and kill God. I I sliced his throat, and I stabbed until fucking I was gushing blood for fuck. And that's the moment where you think, and you say, I should be ashamed of taking someone's life, but deep down there's this voice who's just saying, he fucking deserved it. He should die. And that's right, because he broke everyone. He broke someone. He took her just like she was an object and not a person.
In your ear, just hear Dakota whisper, "Do you want to know? Do you want to know a secret?" Shh, shh. I saw what would happen when you crossed that threshold that was invisible to all except for those with the sight of time. And I saw a path that you were going down. And I saw the confrontation. And in one version of the confrontation, the stakes are reversed, the odds are reversed. In one confrontation, you do not succeed in bringing back your ginger haired friend. And in another, you fall. There's no permutation where it was not you versus him. I am very, very happy to have you back with me. And that's why I gave you the warnings to go ahead and have that future, have that alternative time. You wanted your friend back, your friend is back. It's unfortunate that you had to go to such extreme measures, but it was necessary. But this is maybe the first time I'm hearing about a second girl. Tell me about this other girl.
What other girl?
You said that one of these people came and took a girl. I was confused because I thought that one was a more. No, I'm sorry. The time was screwed. Ignore me.
I, I don't really know what to do anymore. I I see I see them. Don't really know don't really know their past. Don't really know if what I saw in Ginger's memories or something else. Edwin seems to be convinced that some memories are not her. But I I don't I feel some I feel that my problems they are non-existent. Just just me being screwed up inside. When I look at both of them, I I'm just I'm just a happy go looking girl who has just a slight problem, and them they are downward spiral.
You should not compare your problems with your sister's problems. Doing so just devalues you all. You have been lucky. You have been blessed. Very, very much so. You should not squander those blessings by comparing your sorrows with the others. That doesn't devalue or invalidate your own concerns and your own problems. It just means you're in a better position to handle them. You're so. He goes ahead and shakes her head. You're there. You're just almost there. I just don't think you've drowned yourself quite deep enough yet.
I haven't. I haven't tried to throw myself into a river. I think I'm doing fine on my own by drowning myself with my own problems.
That is an inward perspective. And while that may be edifying to you, that will not be edifying to both yourself and everybody around you, which is what you're called to do, Violet. You're called to be an edification to yourself, and you're called to strengthen your sisters around you. Tell me, who are the most important people to you at this moment?
She she makes a pause, trying to go through her emotions and how she feels about people, because she it's how she's been doing all her life, trying to get a grasp on people, to notice her, to actually acknowledge uh, her own existence. Well, she's messed up, but I I care about Naomi. She's even if people tell me that she's unstable and she's a downright lunatic. I mean, yeah, she's not a saint, but I I wouldn't exchanged her for anything. And I'm not I'm not sure if I have a strong connection with Ginger, but I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I want I want her to be safe, and not I don't want her to face again the things that she faced in the past. And well, there's that. she she sigh a little bit as she's looking through the window, absent-mindedly touching touching her cheek. And there's that that goofy, charming, and nice idiot.
They're all goofy, nice, and charming. It's only some of them. Some of them are idiots. And when you can tolerate the idiocy, that's when you found somebody worth worth it. Who is he?
It's I told you a little bit about him. It's the he's in a he's he's to be initiated in the brotherhood. His name is Noah.
Tell me more about the scoofle.
He's, well, he's a little bit but the silent type, but he doesn't really act the same when he's with me or with friends. He's he's not trying to he's not trying to be something he's not. He's he's just there, and tries he tries to make me laugh. Tries to make me laugh, to forget forget about my troubles. And he's got a big mouth, always being cocky and confident in a weird, funny way. Always always making fun of me in a good way.
Hmm.
I feel when I have anxiety or that I feel down, I, f- I feel at peace. I think I feel whole.
A lovable goofball who changes when he is around you. Lovable goofball that makes you feel a little bit more light-hearted when troubles get you down. Hmm. I'm halfway tempted to be jealous. And as you've been talking about these different people, um, different moods are starting to present themselves to you. The darker green, that's a bit tinged. The lighter orange, that is a bit dim but pulses. And then when you talk about Noah, it's a very, very warm color. Very, very endearing, comfortable, and familiar color. A color that goes ahead and yearns to you. A color that you want to be with.
Yeah, and also he gives good back massage. That's always a plus.
From what I hear, young Violet, you have a crowd of people around you, some of whom who are having a bad time of it, and one of which that is willing to reach out and spend his effort to make you feel better, to make you feel whole and happy.
I guess that makes it different from home.
Tell me about it.
And as there is the mention about home, uh, the the blue ocean is starting to rise up again, but it's different from it's slightly different from before, as it's starting to pretty much act like the sea washing off on on the warmth center of emotions, going back, going up, going back. It's this is probably why I'm saying that my problems are not not as bad as those of Naomi, Ginger, or even Noah. It's why I feel so stupid. I
You
feel
have your own concerns, and yet you recognize other people have maybe bigger concerns. That just makes you empathetic. Means you have a good heart.
there's she's trying to find the right words to talk about it, but it seems that on her there seems to be something different and hard to get a grasp on, as apparently from this ocean coming back and forth, it seems to drag with it some old and rusty chains, and she doesn't seem to be really able to tell it with words. And she turns to Dakota. uh, can you uh, i'm I'm not sure I can uh, talk about it with words, but if she seems slightly hesitant for a second, if I were to, uh, if you were to look, would you be, would you be able to do that?
Oh, Violet. Many things we can't really explain with words, only moods and emotions. Try to dive in to you when you cannot properly explain it to yourself. Doesn't seem right. Only when you can express it will you be ready to share it. But you've told me about this goofball that makes you feel good. Perhaps he is the one that you can express these feelings towards. Perhaps, my dear Violet, you should go drown in him.
When she mentions drowning him, uh, pretty much there's there's the red that comes to her cheek as pretty much uh she's pretty much red all over her face, and through the through the mind perception and the perception of her aura, uh pretty much there's something beneath the tides of the wave, something beneath even the beneath the warmth and shining light of her aura. It's something more primal, something something more akin to a very warmth and savage impression a beast that is just waiting to be unleashed, but who is chained down by those by the chain of the ocean.
Okay, fair enough. It's at this point that Dakota gets a very, very evil and wicked, perhaps even devilish and demonic smile over her face as she's found it. She's found the one thing that Violet has been missing. She goes ahead and switches positions just for a little bit, places her hands on Violet's shoulder and on both shoulders, and just goes ahead and eases her down and pushes her down so that she's above her. Her golden locks sort of falling down onto her. Yes, that is what you are missing.
What what are you
Fall
doing?
down.
As she's pretty much she's pretty much on the floor, and the only thing between her and Dakota is the guitar that she's just grabbing. Like, what are you doing?
Naomi, she's in touch with that primal aspect of herself, in touch with expresses and lets run free. You do not let it, or something is preventing you from doing it. Chains, chains, cold, cold chains. I have a way to break those chains so that you can drown and bring that primal beast to the surface.
She's she's making a pause as she's she's looking at her, and she takes a very serious expression, even if her cheeks are red. Would that fulfill the promise that you made, that I would be able to master my fears and my emotions?
She goes ahead and looks down at you and simply says, that primal aspect of you is very strong, and it is chained up while your fears and concerns run wild. I have a way to switch that position to where yourself, your very, very much inner self, that strong self that you've been looking for a while, takes care of, tends, and makes those concerns more manageable. It involves you going to this man and asking for his help, asking him to help you with a ritual.
She is going to raise an eyebrow at the mentioned ritual. Probably also should be mentioned that on one of the mirrors, there's someone who is just eating his popcorn, probably
Oh,
going through, I like where this is going, and probably, making sign like, Kesar, Kesar, or also probably enjoying the view. He does many things.
of course. What is Violet's response?
She's she's just she's going to take a deep breath as she's inhaling the atmosphere that is surrounding her, going through the perfume of Dakota, the scent of the wooden instrument of the room, as this brave goes actually beyond the ocean to go down to that primordial aspect, to that primordial creature that is chained down there. And for for a few seconds, the way the beast takes actually a form, taking the face of Violet, as both of them for a very slight second become one and the same, and it whispers without a sound, "Do it." Before being drawn back into the ocean.
Okay. Okay. She'll go ahead and straighten herself up, and at the moment, Violet feels very heavy. Very, very, very heavy. So heavy and yet so placid. A mind that is blank. A body that is spent and exhausted. And she's currently got that guitar just wrapped in her arms and is currently staring at the vaulted ceiling, pretty much without much energy to do anything else, but just lay there.
Hmm.
Violet will hear from a little bit away the padding of footsteps, and she'll hear Dakota turn around and say, "Is there something that you take great pleasure in?"
uh, as she just rolls her head to try and look into her direction, uh, because she's way too lazy now to get up or to even move whole portion of her body. Uh, Groanings and music.
Those are pleasurable activities and hobbies, but anything you find itself pleasurable.
As her, her the cogs in her mind seems to be very clouded at the moment. I, are you? She she looks half puzzled, half. Are you asking what I think you're asking? Kind of
It's
face.
entirely it's entirely up to Violet to go ahead and pieces together the understanding and meaning from her mentor's words. That's part of the test.
Uh, okay. So the so the question that you asked was, what do you take pleasure into?
hmm What do you find pleasurable? What do you do just for the sake of pleasure?
Mm, and yeah, she would she would still answer she would still answer music, because music is pleasure to the ear.
hmm
But then she would probably say walking bare feet, walking bare feet in the grass, walking bare feet in the grass, feeling the rain on her face, being just there, standing alone, under the rain with nothing, the no, 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 the cold breeze of winter, and also she would say she would say the touch of Noah of as pleasure source of pleasures.
All right. Okay, that'll actually work. Dakota will actually say from your exhausted position as you're just turning your head, you'll see her in a much lighter tone. She'll look down at you and simply say, "Until the ritual is completed, you may not enjoy the pleasure of Noah's touch or anybody else's touch who you're attracted to, and you may not take that frustration upon yourself and try to relieve it until the ritual is complete."
She's going to stay silent for for a second, and she's she's just going to put her hand on her face. Fuck. No.
You'll be just like any one of the normal girls that that go to school here.
Oh, for fuck's sake. No. No.
That does not mean you cannot visit Noah or other people as you are wont to do. Just means that you cannot exercise that frustration out of you.
Oh,
I would
I'm going to.
encourage you to go ahead and see him very, very soon and explain the situation.
What? Oh, I'm not going to be able to sleep at the apartment anymore. Fuck.
With that, you hear the pitter patter of footsteps as Dakota goes ahead and leaves. But before she does, you notice that she actually picks up a cell phone from one of her pockets and starts chatting to somebody delightfully on the other city, and laughs and giggles as the conspiracy has started.
And probably on the other side of the mirror, uh, you can she sees she sees her familiar just getting out of the mirror to stand behind her, looking at her. Wow, what a bitch! Like, I hope you're still going to feed me because, god damn it, I'm not starving for that girl, even if she has an amazing ass. Fuck you. And with that, I guess we can frustratingly end this scene. Thank
Oh,
you.
absolutely.
Thank you, SD, for being frustrating. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And we'll catch you next time on Frustration Train.